What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Ani-mity. This is going to be a very different video just because of the fact that I legitimately have not had the time to actually get to my computer to do my normal setup and do my normal stuff. It's just been nuts this last week or so. I'm recording this like super last minute. Just trying to like make sure that I'm still making videos. I'm still trying to do whatever it is I can. It's been nuts lately. I can't go into detail, obviously. It's something I did want to make a video talking about. Like, I came into this program with the intention that I was going to make so many videos kind of talking about what it's like being a part of the Disney College program. Kind of like, things I wish I knew going into the program and that kind of stuff, and stuff that I learn as I go, through my day-to-day and that kind of thing. But since, like, now we're 4 months, give or take 3 months into the program, there's a lot that I can't really talk about, is what I've realized. And it's just for a matter of professionalism and for a matter of a lot of different other things. There's a lot of stuff that I can't really talk about. There's a lot of stuff that I can't really say. So because of that, I've kind of had to throw that series by the wayside. And because of that, I've kind of been scrambling to think of, well, I don't really have time to do anything else. And like, there's not really enough time for me to do like my usual screenwriting stuff. There's not really enough time for me to do my usual like other stuff. All I can really do is just these vlogs, and really I don't do enough because I'm so tired by the time I get home with the day that I don't really do a whole lot to warrant me doing like a video for other stuff. So in today's video, I'm doing a little something different where I'm just doing a little bit of a, I guess if you want to call it a vlog, if you want to call it like it's a kind of, how do I describe this? It's a experience that I've had that I just want to kind of share with you guys, and kind of a bit of my mentality when it comes to things that I do, and a lot of stuff kind of that nature. And also, I guess, a little catch up. I would say a lot of really hype and fun stuff coming down the pipeline. I know the Amazing Digital Circus premiere is happening soon. I actually do have tickets. I'm going to go see that when that does come out. So I'm super excited for that. Obviously, I'm not going to talk about it until it's released here on YouTube, just because I do want to be fair and not spoil people. I've been very lucky about not getting spoiled for it so far. But also in my case, I'm weird in that the more I'm spoiled about something, the more likely I am to consume it, because it's just like, when I'm spoiled for something, I want to know the context. So that encourages me to watch a show more. So the more spoilers I see, the more I want to actually watch a show, which I know is not how most people are. It's kind of like, when you know a spoiler, it's kind of like, well, what's the point of watching it then? I already know how it's going to end. In my case, it makes me want to watch it more, which is something that I know like a lot. I keep telling that to people, and people keep seeming to be surprised by that, because that sounds so counterintuitive, and I admit that it is. But yeah, so I'm super excited for that. A lot of content I'm going to do about that, which I'm very excited to get to. But back to what I was going to talk about before. So, a lot of stuff has been happening around here, but I've also learned a little bit more about my mentality and my way of looking at things, because of how it's gone. So, this is one thing I can talk about. Recently, our fridge here. So I have a little apartment that I live in here as part of my program. When you're part of the Disney College program, I think you can try to find your own housing, and if you report that, then you're fine. But if you can't, then they provide you housing through a place called Flamingo Crossing, which has been really nice to be a part of. But yeah, so our fridge, I guess we can call it like the seal between the fridge, the thing that makes it so the cold air stays in, was coming off. And that would not be good, because then that makes it so the cold air is going to start leaking out, and that means that the food that's in there is going to spoil and go bad. Or just, it means not good stuff. I'll put it that way. So, I've never lived on my own before. I've never really, like, handled the fridge before to know necessarily how it works. As far as I knew, I thought there was, like, some kind of, like, a film or, like, a seal of sorts that keeps this thing locked in place, and that's what's supposed to do it. So, I had no idea what was going on. And there was an instinct in me to be, like, just call a maintenance guy and they'll fix it. But then there's another part of me that was like, but what if I didn't have to? I think I've had compounded upon me by both my parents and also just a general mentality I have. I just hate bothering people. I hate calling people. I hate, like, saying, like, hey, I have this problem here. Could you help me with fixing it? I usually like to go to try to figure it out myself. it's like usually if I can figure something out on my first instinct, then I definitely am gonna launch into it. Otherwise, like it's something where it's just like when you have so much going on, it's hard to kind of get in that mentality for it. But I was able to with this, and I was just stubborn about not calling someone. So I was like, okay, so how is this thing staying in the first place? I was trying to look around the fridge. I'm looking around like the entire door, and eventually I just figured out all it is just there's a groove in the door that kind of like grips onto the seal. If I just pop it back in there, then it's gonna be fine. And it's been fine ever since then. But I did that all on my own. I felt really, really good about that. And it's funny how just like there's this sense of accomplishment that I've craved always of like knowing that I did something on my own and it all worked out in the way that I expected that it was going to. And it's something that I crave from like everything I do at work of just like I try to figure stuff out on my own, and it makes me so hesitant of calling like my coordinators when I don't know what I'm doing or when I don't know what task I'm trying to do. I'm always like, if if the coordinator didn't mention this to me ahead of time, if I was not told by my superiors ahead of time that this is a thing I need to do, that is in my head because of the fact that they expected me to be able to figure this out on my own. And I always try to put myself forward to try to like figure it out on my own. And I've definitely had situations where either like I waste a lot of time because I stubbornly keep trying. Like I was so embarrassed by this. I was at a bathroom at one point, just the rolls of the toilet paper, I was trying to replace it, and for the life of me, I just couldn't figure out how to pop it open so I could replace the roll. So I spent like 30 minutes just trying to do that. It probably wasn't 30 minutes, more like 5, but like it was just a long time of me spent in there doing that because I couldn't figure it out and I could have just called them. But I was just so like embarrassed by the idea that I couldn't figure it out on my own. And that's something that I've just always tried to push myself forward and always tried to like have that mentality of like, you can do this, you have the tools, you have a brain, use it to be able to try to figure this stuff out on your own. And it's been really interesting just like seeing that mentality in me. And I guess like it never occurred to me quite how stubborn I guess I can be when it comes to stuff and how much I'm willing to try to put forward. In my head, I think that I am the type who will give up fast, but I think that with how I've done stuff with YouTube, the fact that despite, I guess, like how hard it's been to make videos now, and then also some other stuff, it's just like, or actually, no, even when I was in college, I remember there were so many times where I was just so frustrated by how classes were going and how things weren't working out because of the fact that I applied myself to classes in unhealthy ways, admittedly. But like I applied myself so hard and it wasn't working out and I wanted to give up. But the thing is, I always said those words, but I never actually did. The thing is like I talk about how often I'm miserable, how often I am that I don't want to do the things I'm doing, that I want to give up. But ultimately I never do. I always stubbornly push through it. And I don't know why most of the time, to be honest. It's just like, I don't know what that spark or that motivation is. I don't really understand it myself. But there is always that something that's like, okay, just one more run. You can do this. You can make it through. And you're going to be fine. And then somehow that one more time keeps turning into just repeatedly, like every time I get to the end of it, it's just one more. You're going to be fine. Just one more. And just keep going. Even if like I just reach these burnout points, these miserable points all over again. It's ways in which my brain works that I've just always been fascinated by. It's why I made the "Hi, I'm weird" video before, of just like stuff about my brain and little quirks like that I've just always found interesting. And now being in a more work-oriented mentality, it's always interesting to me to see just how these things kind of tend to blossom. But yeah. Just a short video, just wanted to kind of make something where I could just talk to you guys, catch you guys up on what's going on, and all this little fun stuff here and there, just the things of my life. So, hope you guys enjoyed this one. Thank you guys so much for watching this one. Catch you guys next week. Peace.